All right, so I wanted to look at the week in a glance from an astrology perspective, because people have been acting very weird this week, including myself. It seems like 5 seconds you can get tension from someone, or you're like mad, or like, people have been getting under our skin lately, right? Well, Mercury is in retrograde. Ugh. All right, so we're looking at, this will be from January 31st to February 6th. So we're looking at the past week, because I wanted to get through the week and then look at it versus describing what is to come, and then people would expect, doom and gloom. So this thing's updated every Saturday. So what I should probably do is read this off Saturday. Actually, I should read it off Sunday mornings. Anyway, so it says moon phases, planets, retrogrades, weekly astrology calendar. Last quarter moon was on Thursday, February 4th. Quarter moons basically mean when you make an attempt to do something, but then it's blocked. Or quarter moon is like, so let's say a full moon is a success, like an achievement. It's it's like an anniversary type of thing. You've completed a cycle or a work of something. Kind of like when you do your jobs and we have to fill out our timesheet by a certain time. Full moons. That's really what's going on. You fill out your timesheet, and then by each full moon, this is why it's bi-weekly, you get paid. People didn't know that. That's what I'm here for. The quarter moon was in Scorpio. I'm sorry. Quarter moon is exact when the sun in Aquarius forms a square with the moon in Scorpio. So think Scorpio is always like, ugh, get away. I'm warning you. I will kick your ass. That's Scorpio. So the last quarter moon phase points to some sort of crisis of consciousness after basking in awareness symbolized by some full light of the moon at the time of the recent full moon. Last full moon was in Leo. And we already know Leo kind of is it's an exaggeration of our egos, right? As we depierce our knowledge and come to a point when we need to sort out what works for us and what doesn't work for us in preparation for next week's new moon, when something new is born once again. So we're talking about rebirth, ideas, transitions. Let's say you want to make some changes because things just aren't going the way that it is. Your routine's kind of boring, so you need to switch it up, right? So this is from last Saturday to today. This is not the best time to start a major project. As a decreasing light from the moon symbolizes a descent onto unconsciousness. So these are the things that stir up and linger when we're not, focused on them. Kind of like, I was supposed to put something in the mail and I didn't think about it today. And that might have a result on something not getting done on time, or me being frustrated in the future because I lagged it on mailing something on time. I actually just had a dispute with someone on accident because I asked the question, and the question inferred that I had some doubts in wanting to do this thing. And I was like, it's not saying I didn't want to do it. I sometimes don't have a flaky attitude. I flake on friends because I think when you hang out with friends, it's a forced social setting. And I'm just kind of not a social person. I've always been able to attract weird people and trouble and toxic people when I'm in social settings. So that would be my example for this whole, what is it called? The symbolism as a descent into unconsciousness. I always attract strange people. So yeah, when it comes to friendships, it's not that I don't want to hang out with people. I'm just like, hey, my neighbor, turn on his music. Really? Ooh, that's the song. Hold up, that's the jam. Anyways, it says we might consider our recent revelations and what they mean to us. We might, sorry, I'm losing my focus here. We might consider what our recent revelations mean to us and what might we do as a result to them. It's better to review and sort rather than push something new until this new moon passes. And don't forget, we in a retrograde. It says we might take inventory, tie up loose ends, and let go if necessary. I really didn't notice about quarter moons. It says these will definitely affect fixed signs: Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. Even though you're not an Aquarius, we're still in the age of Aquarius because that's where everything shifted in for 2021. So it does have an effect on us in general. If you are Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, you're kind of going through a lot of issues right now because you're unwilling to budge or move. Kind of like, here's an example. I was talking to my friend. I was like, I just want to make sure that, when we do this thing, that everything's going to be 100%, okay. The answer was, I've been doing this for a long time. Like, don't worry about it. Like, if you're not unsure about it, then you don't have to do it. That's an example of fixed sign. That's kind of like Scorpio, Leo, Taurus. I don't think that's much of Aquarius, though. Aquarius isn't a fixed sign. Aquarius is air. But at the end of the day, I was like, things really rely on liability and the fact that we're on. See, the thing is, the frequency of pandemic is just a layer of liability. It's not so much of security and health measures and blah, blah, blah. It's more of liability. How can you relieve yourself of being liable if something goes down and you're in the environment? So that's how I kind of started reading the pandemic the last couple of days. Case in fact, if I taught a dance class, there's no touching anybody, but at the end of the day, when I open the door for somebody and someone touches the door, it's just like you have to always think of these like extra layers. So that's what I'm trying to relate and correlate into our own consciousness from an astrology perspective. Hope you guys are following me. All right, here we go. Venus in Capricorn. So if you guys don't know, my birth chart is Venus rising, conjunct Mercury. Sorry, Mercury was in Venus. So that's my rising sign. Mercury rising in the constellation of Venus. So it says January 8th to February 1st, getting serious about our finances and boosting our relations with business partners, coworkers. It's easy. Coworkers will be easier than usual under this influence, as I've been saying. Duh. Our talents for creating artistic structure and form enhanced our ability to form connections with people, support our ambitions. We value enduring connections, reliability, and faithfulness. Boop. That's why I always get mad at people when I'm like, hey, look, don't put words in my mouth. I'm a very faithful person. I'm faithful. Faithful doesn't mean be a good person. Faithful just means that I stick to what makes me feel good right here, Moving on. Mars in Taurus, that's January 6th to March 3rd. Ooh, chad. First of all, you got a Mercury retrograde. During a Mars in Taurus. That's why everyone's being very pissy right now. The energies. It says, we are determined, stubborn, and resolute during this cycle. Resolute meaning you're trying to figure it out, but you're frustrated trying to find out the resolution. Mars in Taurus can be passive, not passive aggressive. At its strongest when resisting or defending something. In stark contrast, the impulsive Mars in Aries cycle. Ooh, child, I forgot Aries and Mars is in Aries, as Saturn is in Aquarius. So Aries will be the sign closer to April. We tend to pursue our goals by plodding along patiently. Our goal is longevity, long-term satisfaction, which is virtually impossible when you have a pandemic. See, we got to always include pandemic on these things. We're still dealing with Jupiter in Aquarius, which is a good thing, but Saturn's also in Aquarius. So you're going to have this angel on one shoulder, devil on the other shoulder type situation. Saturn entered Aquarius on December 17th. Uranus, oh my God. You got Uranus and Mars in Taurus. That is ugly. That's all I got to say. It's just all chaotic. So May 15, 2018 to November 6, 2018, March 6, 2019 until March 2025. Ooh, Lord. Taurus, Uranus has a lot to do with money, personal possessions, artifacts, things like that, uncovering things, losing things. If you guys are merchandise distributors, let's say you create your own merchandise, this would probably be your frustration. Is like, why aren't this getting done? Why is my logo printer not working? People are not buying products. So this is really about, you got to tap into a creative mindset or include somebody who is a cardinal sign into your projects. Cardinal sign would be like Capricorn. Isn't Pisces a cardinal? Gemini. Pisces. I think Pisces is cardinal. Yeah, because you have cardinal, mutable, fixed. Every 3 months is a cardinal sign. So if you go from Capricorn in January, and then you go 2 months down, the third month will be a cardinal sign. That's how you can tell. I think, isn't Virgo cardinal sign? Virgo? This is a great example of Uranus in Taurus. No consideration for other people, just your damn self. Venus in Capricorn represents relationships. We don't need to go into that. Venus in Aquarius, February 2021. This is about connections, keeping it cool. This is like whenever you're getting pushed, you're getting pissy about stuff, you're getting mad. You just always have to remember, my relationship with this person is more important than what I'm getting mad about. Mantra of the day. My connection to this person is more important than why I'm getting mad at them right now. So that's just always going to be, that's a good mantra. This is a very well in-depth report. I don't want to read the whole thing though. It does talk about, is that Mercury, Venus and Capricorn and love. So this is the month where people probably discover what they love about people. You're going to see a lot of healing, tendency to want to be in a relationship, tendency to chastise Aaron for dating somebody again. Venus squares Neptune, so that's romantic confusions. You don't know if it's, are we a booty call, or are we going to be business partners? Are we going to be friends? Or like, what do you want? So inquiring minds of your relationship statuses in February are not going to be conclusive. So it's best to just have a for fun Valentine's date, but don't count on someone that you've been seeing recently to be a Valentine and then permanently date you after. That's just not going to happen. You're setting yourself up for disaster, because Uranus is right around the corner, February 6th, parallel with Saturn. You'll have a burden of wanting to, like, you feel burdened that you have to cater to this person because you started a romantic interest. Don't do that to yourself, boys and girls. Venus parallel Jupiter is February 12th. This is like when you feel like, okay, we've been talking for a couple of weeks, and I think that we got through Valentine's Day without forcing ourselves to be, in love. So I think, yeah, if you've been in a relationship for some months up until this point, you'll be fine. Venus conjunct Mercury, February 12th to 13th. This is when people play games with you. So if you just met somebody right around this February 12th, 13 mark, you cannot take it serious. If they don't text you in like 24 hours, you're going to have to let it. You just have to let it ride the wave, right? And then revisit it back in March. I just wanted to, we had a lot of fun. Play with them, flirt with them, cat and mouse. You just got to know cat and mouse. I think that's going to be the end of my report. This was a very long, detailed week in a glance. And then looking into the week coming. What's today? The 6th? So it says Venus aligns with Saturn early today, forms a sextile to Chiron. Yay! This forms a square to Uranus tonight. There may be a challenge or a struggle, values, tastes clash. We can feel torn between wanting closeness and freedom. Impulse attractions to both people and materials, goods can lead us astray. I know this feeling. Still, this can be a time when some relationships go through healing, as I was saying earlier. Ups and downs may lead to new commitments. The sun forms a trine to the north pole of the moon. You guys don't need to know that. The moon spends a day in Sagittarius, uprising us into the realms to explore and experience. So this is a time to be free to try things out, see what works, see what doesn't work, and eliminate what doesn't belong again, and then try that again next month. I think that's the whole point of our human consciousness is we forget it's a photonic experiment. How do photons, I was talking about this, I'll get more into it later. Photons are neurons in our carbon body. They're all not balanced because the photons is more of out here stuff that we can't see. And we feel it, but then we can't connect to it because our carbon body won't. It's almost like you touch a wire with two hands. It's too much. So intuitively is where we have to connect to things. The neurons, the central nervous system, excuse me. Very quickly, I wanted to share this with you guys about protection, and this is like a holy oil or a anointing oil, if you may. So I have distilled water in I love recycling these. And the metal prevents mold and allergens from building, which I like. So I'm just recycling an old spritzer bottle. I have my sweet almond oil. So I'm gonna put these together. And these are just quick. And I like these because it smells so good, but it does have a calming. I have it in my diffuser behind me. So I mix these two together. And very quickly, I got this new pack of essential oils. So, and then I got a Palo Santo separately. So it doesn't come with the pack. So I'm just gonna put 10 drops of Palo Santo. I know that's a lot. Oh well. But this is good. It's very cleansing, very purifying. I'm gonna start with frankincense. So we're talking about protection, clearing, cleansing. Especially like I got into like 2 heated. They didn't have to be heated. It was just like on accident. I got into 2 very one of these conversations where I was like, I ain't got the time to be. I don't have the patience for it today. I didn't have the patience for it in 2020, and I just don't have time for it. So whenever I get into that mood, I gotta hit my neurons with something. So I'm starting to learn this. This is eucalyptus. I just want to do like 2 or 3 drops. Eucalyptus is very dominating. I don't think I want to do lemongrass. No, I don't. Ugh. That's for like if you want to go. Let's say you want to go out for a little ride. You could do a little lemongrass. Put it behind your ear, just one. But I'm more of the masculine side of me. Really wants. I want that calm down. Some lavender. I'm gonna do like 1 drop of lavender, because lavender and eucalyptus don't work. So if you want to make this blend, I would say get you some Palo Santo. There goes that crow that thinks a dog again. Where did my Palo Santo go? Get you some Palo Santo. Here's the good blend. Palo Santo, frankincense, rosemary. And then you put these together. Distilled water, make sure it's either boiled, let it cool, put it in your bottle. You need a base also, so I have sweet almond, Palo Santo, frankincense, rosemary. It's not quite what I wanted, but because I put the eucalyptus in there, that's why. But I just actually it was the lavender. Yes, I'm gonna redo this. So that you want, I won't even tell you guys what it smells like. That was a boo-boo. Rosemary, I'm sorry, Palo Santo, rosemary, frankincense. Let me smell this one more time. Palo Santo, frankincense, rosemary. I always say 1 drop frankincense because it's dominating. Ooh, Palo Santo, really? I would say do, yeah, ooh. It smells like dookie. Ugh. It's for cleansing clarity purposes, right? Ew. That is not, oh, how about we do sweet orange? We need to spice it up. I think this will save it. Hold on. I like doing these on the spot. See, it smells fine in there. So I did 5 drops of sweet orange. Hopefully that'll help. And then I gotta go to the store. Nope, I ain't having it. Thank you, Mercury retrograde, for screwing up my essential oil blend session. Bye, everybody.